Well, the world is seeing a new side of King Charles with the unveiling of a brand new portrait.
Acclaimed British artist Jonathan Yeo joined the King to reveal his latest masterpiece, and he joins us live now from London. Jonathan, good to see you. So first of all, what was your reaction when you were asked to paint the King? What a task.
Well, it's always an honour, and it's always fun when you get interesting subjects. I mean, my job when I'm doing portraits obviously gets a lot more interesting when the subject's interesting because you've got to spend time with them. So that's it makes a big difference and makes you feel it's going to be something interesting when you get something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, there's been so many memes about this on the internet, some Star Wars references and everything, but I mean, this is the kind of publicity that you must kind of climb into when you're doing a portrait and expect.
I mean, it's fun. I certainly wouldn't expect it, and certainly not to the level I've seen. But it's obviously causing a lot of entertainment for my young adult daughters, who are kind of endlessly sending me sort of memes and conspiracy theories all day. They're loving it, that's for sure.
It is amazing, all the conspiracy theories that are coming out online, isn't it? I mean, I love this piece. It's sort of tinged with expressionism. What were you thinking as you were portraying him?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's so much of it. It starts to make me wonder whether I was subconsciously thinking any of these things. But what you're trying to do with a portrait is tell someone's story. And in the case of someone well known like that, you're sort of doing it in two ways at once, because you're telling the story of who that person is, like you do with any portrait, and you choose what bits of their character and story to highlight. But also, you're inevitably doing a certain amount of telling the story of how they're seen by the whole world. And so you try and balance out the two things. But I didn't have Star Wars in mind, not consciously anyway.
Why did you choose the red? Because I just think I mean, you're to be congratulated. It's a great piece of work.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Why the red?
I mean, the honest answer is, it wasn't something I really thought would be sort of deep in significance, other than, red's often associated with traditional portraiture, and the slight, kind of you're treading in sort of well-worn territory when you're doing a royal portrait, basically, and so you kind of want to avoid cliches. And one of the things with the fact he was going to be wearing a red uniform, and it's very bright red, the Welsh Guards tunic. You had to make a decision about whether, if you paint that in, it's going to be the first thing you see and maybe the only thing you see, or do you do something to kind of like even it out? And so painting the background, the sort of reddish pink as well, just seemed like a slightly playful and more contemporary way of doing it. So it was done for effect to be unusual, I suppose, to an extent, but it wasn't done to particularly signify anything other than I thought it made it clear it wasn't real.
Did he like it?
He seemed to. I mean, I don't think he'd have invited me to the palace to unveil it if he didn't.
Hey, thank you so much. It's a great bit of art. We really appreciate you being on.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?